My name is Aisha. Welcome to One Elder Speaks. My guides have been saying, you're slacking, time to get back on it. So I'm back on it. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about living a good life. And how you're going to go about doing that. I was listening to Eric with Divine Conversations, a tarot channel. He's out there all over on social media. He was talking about paths of service. The first path of service, he said, no judgment. He said it's a valid path. The first path of service is to the self. And he was talking about how, the path of service to self is just as valid as any path. But at some point, you're probably going to be moved to start manipulating people and try to manipulate events as well. And he said that comes with its own repercussions. For every action, there is an opposite yet equal reaction. So if you're putting out something there that you want what you want and screw everybody else, then that is also the energy that is going to be coming back to you at some point. So just to be aware of that as part of that path of service. And he talked about the second path of service being the path of service to others. And the third path as being the path of service to God. And I went ahead and just shut it down at that point, because I think it was at that moment that I finally realized how much effort I had put into being in a path of service to others. I have put a lot of energy into giving people what it is that they needed: help, advice, time, money, resources. It certainly was, my driving force. And I kept doing this even to the detriment of myself, because I thought that was what I really needed to do, but it was not fulfilling me. It was not getting me where I needed to be. And I realized at that moment that I really needed to look at a path of service to God. And that in helping people, I have sometimes done them a disservice by not allowing karma or that opposite yet equal reaction to happen. I wasn't allowing for the universe to equalize things. I was trying to take that karma onto myself. And sometimes that's not where we want to be. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. That's where your intuition comes into play. And as far as the path of service to God, I'm like, yes, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. A couple of years back, I went ahead and, I was reviewing my life, and I said, I'm not getting, I'm not as stable as I'd like to be. I'm not as on solid ground as I'd like to be. I've done everything that they said to do. I've targeted the companies that would pay decent wages. I've gone to work every day, sick, not sick, didn't matter, just be there, show up. I've worked my butt off and not really expecting much in return, because that's how they train you. They're like, we're doing you a favor. That's the party line. And I've never gotten ahead. I'm not getting ahead, so I'm not doing something right. So I said, at that moment, God, I'm giving this all over to you. I'm not making the right decisions. I'm not doing the right path. So I'm not going to struggle anymore. I'm done with struggling and striving and trying so hard and not getting any, spinning wheels, just spinning wheels. So I decided at that moment that I was going to. Just give it over to God and just live my life as best I can, and then listen to what God wants me to do, with my intuition. And so that has brought me now to seeking a path of service to God as well. And what I mean by that is listen to my intuition before I try to intervene in an experience that somebody is having, and asking, what's the higher purpose here? Like, I don't want to interfere with the higher purpose here. I do want to help. I do want to be of service. But I don't want to interfere with what is normal and natural, what needs to happen in this situation. And so I think I'm going to start listening more. You know, what is the universe telling me? What is God telling me? What do I need to do to respond correctly in this situation? Now, the path of service, you can have all the cars and all the money and all the, right friends and such like that, but there's never enough money to fill that hole in your heart. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's just not enough. And when you're in a path of service to other people, you're giving, but it seems like there's not enough for you. There's never enough for you, you know? The only way to fulfill this heart, this gaping hole in the heart, is to serve God. Now, by serving God, I do not mean an old white man in the sky who is angry and jealous and bitter. The God I'm speaking of is the God that is energy, that is in every living thing, not just people. The energy that we all share together, it even encompasses the solar system. So this is the God that I choose to serve. And this is the God that I don't want to get in the way of that energy. I want that energy to flow and to move as it is supposed to. So that's why I listen to my intuition. I'm going to ask constantly, what do you need me to do here? What is the proper thing for me to do here? I'm asking you. I'm going to give here. If this is your will be done. Now, that means aligning yourself with integrity. Okay, let me back up. My thought about God is this. We are all a part of God, but as an individual, we are a part from God. It's not until we come together that we become God. It's not until we have a shared purpose or a shared goal. That's when we become God. And so when we walk in integrity, it's integrity to the energy of all things, the integrity of what's good for the whole. Like, I don't want to pollute anymore because it's not good for the whole. And walking with honor to the whole. I give honor by giving you space so that you can feel your emotions, and I listen to you and hear you, and that's giving you honor. I mean, so integrity to the whole, honor to the whole of life. It's all about all things, not one thing. It's not about me or that house or this job. It's about all of life, and how does it interact with all of life? And is this in harmony with integrity and with honor? And the more you can align yourself to integrity and honor, the more the heart space fills up. And also art. Art has a way of bringing the beauty into the heart space as well. So creating art is another way to align yourself with the energy of the whole, because you're communicating that, you're channeling that information down, and you're bringing it out through your individual expression, you know. Connecting to God's source, connecting to God the collective, connecting to all of energy and all of life, and having integrity and honor in your dealings, in your decisions, in what you do and how you do it. Yeah. I'm checking my notes to see if I'm telling y'all everything I wanted to tell y'all. Let's see. Okay. And if you want to see the outer world change, if you want to see the change in your community and in your government and in your civilization, the outer world reflects the inner world. So the first thing we have to clean up is everything right here. All this darkness that I see out here, I need to just own that shit and say, this is what we have wrought with our me thinking and our thinking of others and our not being balanced. This is not balanced. You know, I don't think I've told anybody that I don't know if I've told you guys that I wanted to get off grid. That was my retirement plan, is to get the heck off grid. And I mean off. I mean way off grid, because I want to live in accordance to nature as opposed to trying to dominate it and submit it and strip it of everything that it is, because it's beautiful. Nature's fucking beautiful. Look at this tree. That tree is gorgeous. Yeah, right like that. Right like that. See that? That's a beautiful tree. The water, the trees, all this out here, this is gorgeous. I want to live in harmony with this and quit trying to submit this to my will. So if you want to have a fulfilling life, align yourself to God the Collective, God Source, God Love, however you want to think about that. But in what we're doing, thinking, saying, is this for the good of the whole? And those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. Is this for the good of the whole? Is this for the good of the planet? Is this for the good of humanity? Is this for the good of life? These are important things to say. These are important thoughts to think. But once you give your life over to the good of the whole, you got nothing else to, I don't know, it centers you. It centers you and balances you. And I like that balance. I really do. I think that balance is important. I'll try to come out with another video this weekend and get back into work mode for this stuff. I appreciate y'all listening to me. I guess share, like, subscribe, whatever. Whatever. I'm just here. But y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you later.